Welcome back everybody to Angry Badger Minis. If you like the channel, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. The comments and the likes, to my understanding, are what, help the channel grow. So please make sure that you do so if you like what you're seeing. So we have finished our Black Templar, Dark Angels, Ravenwing, Deathwing, and Orcs, all in the span of about 2.5 weeks of putting that together. If you take a look at the last video I posted, non-live video, I actually show you in the container, the glass shelving or case, you'll be able to see what it is that we worked on and what the composition of those armies are. What we're working on now is Blood Angels. There will be 2 different Blood Angels armies. I plan on doing a Flesh Terror army, but this is going to be the parent chapter of Blood Angels, and the way that this is probably going to work out, because I've already started putting together, these dreadnoughts here, these plastic dreadnoughts, mainly because I wanted to, I needed to do some converting to get them stepping up on stuff. Had to cut the leg and whatnot. I have the ability to make up to 4 more Furioso dreadnoughts from the old metal models. As far as double arms and whatnot. I haven't decided exactly if I'm going to implement them into this army. I probably won't. I think I'm going to save these guys for my my Flesh Terrors, because the red color scheme is going to be different, obviously different shade and all of that. I'm also toying with the idea, now that I've learned that the Chaplain Dreadnought no longer exists except in Legends format rules. I know you can't use that in tournament play, as I've been told today, but you can use them in any other game. I haven't gotten any confirmation. Matter of fact, let me check real quick. I was waiting on some confirmation of whether or not, if it was opponent's permission only, and I'm told you shouldn't need permission for these. It's all official stats. They just won't get their points or options updated, so they may be expensive for what they are compared to newer units. But then somebody else said, yes, legends are ask your opponent. So I guess it's kind of up in the air. Either way, I'm not looking at, taking this stuff anywhere else. And quite honestly, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I would tend to agree with the first guy. I mean, they are official stats or official rules. So I think the other person is wrong. And I also believe that they probably are just, maybe a little worried that there might be some kind of advantage or something like that. But anyway, I really like the Death Company sarcophagus front with this. You've got this skull right here. It's really awesome, and that would make for a perfect Chaplain Dreadnought. I also have the Librarian. The Librarian sarcophagus, and we have the regular Furioso Dreadnought one as well. And what I think I'm going to do, if it's possible, I haven't gotten that far into the build, but if it's possible, is I think what I'm going to do, at least with one of these Furiosos, is I'm going to magnetize it so that I can put the Librarian one on or not. I honestly don't know if I will even use the Librarian, to be honest, but I mean, why not have your options, right? Yeah, so what's going on right now is these are basically drying. I mean, there's a ton of glue to hold the gravel rocks on, as well as, glue them in place. So at the moment, they need to sit and dry exponentially. So what I was going to do is show you some of the other things that we have. So like this entire, I spent most of the day of working on models today on re-inventorying and cleaning up my area, as I do. What we have here are all metal except for the jump packs. All metal models. These are all metal jump packs, and they are Blood Angels jump packs. Like they have the actual Blood Angel symbol put into them, or molded into them. And basically what I have here is 13 Death Company, old Death Company guys that will end up being jump pack models, or potentially not. I haven't decided yet. I have one Dante model that I need to put a new axe on him because I cut it off and used it for somebody else. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't really like the Dante model, and I don't like it because I don't like the stupid helmet. I mean, I get it, it's supposed to be the avenging angel and all that kind of stuff, you know, but I mean, it's corny to me. I just don't like it. I'm actually trying to consider some way of making, I don't know, either drilling out that head, which I don't think I would lose anything by doing it, and putting a helmet on there, you know, and then maybe fashioning a new Iron Halo or something like that, or just making my own Dante model. I've never even used him, so I mean, I don't even know what the benefit would be. I'm a troop heavy kind of guy. I like troops and bullets and tanks, and that's how I like to play. But we've got this group, but then we also have, stand by 1 second, we have 3 more boxes of Death Company. Okay, 3 more boxes of Death Company, 5, and then I have 2 Death Storm box sets down below my feet here. Pull one of these out for you. This one right here, Death Storm box sets. Sorry, it's kind of big for our area. That also have 5 Death Company in there. So there, you know, and that's where I got the other Dreadnoughts from, as well as Terminators. Okay, and Terminator Captain, and then of course all those Tyranids that all need to be put together as well. And then we have, bring all this up. Oh, look out. Yeah, that's how much stuff we got. We've got 5 boxes of tactical marines, all Blood Angel tactical marines. So they'll have all the little, you know, whiz bang widgets on them. We've got 3 boxes of Terminator Assault Squads with all their little Blood Angels whiz bang widgets on them. We've got 1 Land Raider Crusader that we've allocated towards this. We have probably between 2 and 3 drop pods we'll allocate, and I've finally made it. I think I said this in the video. I've finally made my decision. I am not going to paint the drop pods in a chapter color. I think it would, if I ever want to play big apocalypse battles and things like that, short of fielding different armies, I think I'm going to end up limiting myself. So I'm going to paint those, all of the drop pods, a generic color, if you will, and then they can be used for any army. So that way it frees up, you know, oh my gosh, you know, I only made 2, you know, drop pods for the Dark Angels or whatever it is, which is all I did. Well, then if I want to, you know, maximize my capabilities, I can do that. We also have 1 Blood Angels Terminator Librarian, or Librarian and Terminator armor. We have, this is Lamarty's Guardian of the Lost to lead my Death Company. We have an unfortunate Finecast model, but it doesn't look like it's in bad shape. Chaplain and Terminator armor. And this is the Blood Angels Sanguinary Priest. And so that works out, if I'm not mistaken, let's see here, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 36, 37, 38. So 38 total Death Company, and I could make a couple more, you know, just make a couple of Death Company guys to go along with that would round that out to 40. So let's just say 40 Death Company plus 50 Tactical Squad. That's 90 plus 15, 25 Terminator. Well, and then you included 2 captains. Do we include the captains on that one? I mean, I guess not. Let's see. All right, so anyway, let's see. 40, 90, 15 of those Terminators, plus 10 more of those Terminators. 115, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 121, 121 infantry. 121 infantry strong, 4 dreadnoughts, 1 Land Raider Crusader, and a ton of jump pack guys. Oh, I forgot. We have two squads of regular assault marines. Now, I'll be honest, those assault marines, they will probably, the way I'm looking at this is they will probably end up being, I don't know. I mean, they're either going to be assault marines, or I'm toying with the idea of making them, sanguinary guard. I think that's what they're called. But I don't know. I don't know yet. So naturally, I don't have any little whiz-bang widgets to put on these guys, but there might be some stuff, in the tactical squad, like extra bits and whatnot, and who knows what else we can do with them. So yeah, I forgot about those guys. So what was that? That was 121 plus another 10, so 131 infantry into this Blood Angels army. I do have some other vehicles and stuff that could potentially be pushed to this army, but my biggest goal, believe it or not, as far as the biggest army I want to have, is going to be salamanders. And I mean, I just really like everything about them, and that's basically where I'm going to go as far as committing those resources to that. Well, salamanders and space wolves. Space wolves is going to be our next build after this. So right now we're going to basically do a pause on these dreadnoughts, because they really need to sit here and dry quite a bit before I do any more work on them. But I wanted to show you guys what we had before we got started, and of course, show you the progress that we're making. But all of this stuff here is for the dreadnoughts, those 4 dreadnoughts alone. I also, when I'm not building, like every spare minute that I'm not building, if I've got a spare minute and it's not enough time to build, would be the better way of putting that, I'm constantly cleaning up my area. I got a little man running around, 15 months, and I don't want him to get picking up plastic bits and whatnot. So there's a lot of vacuuming going on, and of course, sharp objects like this, put it away, whatnot. But we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. And because I want to know what I have to work with, I'm going to start with the tactical squad. Okay, this is what I'm going to start with. And I thought you guys might want to see, our basic unboxing. I haven't looked on Games Workshop. Here's some of the, let's see if we can get a little closer on that, so you can see what we're looking at, as far as chest plates and things like that. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. And I have a plan to really get the shade of red that I want. I think I mentioned it in another video. You can go to Lowe's or Home Depot or your hardware store and go to the paint place, and while you may not be able to do it with this, because this is not too big enough color for things to be scanned or what have you, but you could find a swatch that's really similar. Take that to them, get yourself some water-based acrylic, paint, and and it could even be a primer mix, and then get them to make it up. Man, you can get a tub like this big for $4, man, and I mean, it'll last you. I mean, it's so much. I mean, it's crazy. And then you just water that stuff down, in your airbrush if you're using one, or water it down on your wet palette or whatever, and I mean, you've got what you need. So there are other options out there now. I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, oh man, it's not Citadel, it's not a privateer press, or it's not whatever, army painter. It doesn't matter, guys. It's acrylic paint. It's not going anywhere. This thing came with heavy bolter, huh? Right on. none of that stuff matters. At least it doesn't to me. Oh, so these guys actually came with the correct size bases this time. If you haven't noticed, or you probably didn't notice, is I have been purchasing the 32mm base constantly online right here, and all of these models that I've been putting together so far all had the 25mm base. So I've been, you know, converting them, and you know, it was probably for the best. You know, I didn't put all this stuff together, you know, years ago, and in the process of not doing that, it probably worked out for the best, because otherwise I'd be, you know, trying to strip things off if my opponent really cared, you know, whoever it was I was going to play with or what have you. So what do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Well, that's pretty easy. They're all in the same sprue, so that's good to go. Let's see, and I'm not seeing anything in particular. Oh, yep, there's a little bit of got some chain action going on the guns. We've got some scrollage. We've got a couple of teardrops, blood teardrops, and some wings. Okay, so there's a little bit of iconography on this stuff. We got some. Oh, look at that. What is that? What's in his hand there? Oh, it's a magazine. How about that? Dude's like doing a magazine change. That's legit. And he's got a little blood angel thing on his hand. What's in this hand? This one's a grenade. This one's pointing. There's an auspex. Yeah, it's got some pretty neat stuff in here. Let's see what's on this one. We've got, man, I cannot stand facial helmets. Although that one's not too bad. It's got a mask on, but it's okay. I see. I was like, what happened to this dude's forehead? You guys probably can't see this, but it looks like there's either hair or something pressed into his head, or I think it's hair. I don't know. Anyway, so what do we got for helmets here? Just to be okay, so that looks like a veteran sergeant's helmet. It's got a laurel on there, so that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another veteran sergeant. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm not a big fan of beaky helmets, and I have enough helmets here, or I will have enough helmets to all of it, that I don't have to use beaky helmets. You know, I'll save that kind of stuff for you know, dead Marines or something. Casualties. The got some melt-a-bombs here. We got crack grenade pouches. Something that looks similar to what was in the Black Templar thing, only instead of a Black Templar cross, it's a little blood drop. Got some kind of totem here, similar to the sanguinary priest. Got some really cool backpacks here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So every one of these backpacks, it looks like every one of the chest plates. Yep, look, yeah, it looks like every one of the backpacks and every one of the chest plates, and then at least one shoulder pad has the cool icons on them. That's really awesome. I mean, that makes it worth it. Right on. All right, well, let's get to work on this. So the way I'm going to do this, again, we're doing a batch build. So first step first, I'm going to go ahead and cut these legs off, or out. Cut them off. And then I'm going to move on to the next box and get those legs out, because we're going to get them all, you know, all on their bases drying. And I hope you guys are excited about, you know, the progress we're making on this. I mean, I am. And for those of you that are new subscribers, thank you so much. I've noticed that we were going up, and you know, definitely makes it all worth it. Oh, we dropped some legs. Those legs were literally trying to run away. I know, that was a bad joke. If you hear that groaning in the background, that is one of my attack squigs. Oh, we're gonna have to be careful. Whoa. We almost ripped off the teardrop that was hanging off the side that was somehow hooked. I did not see that. Okay, lesson learned there, guys. Be careful. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on there just to... Well, I'm glad that plastic was strong. Whew, that was a close one. Alright, we're gonna have to make sure before we just start pushing things out. Yeah, see that one right there? It's got a little teardrop on it as well. That little shoulder pauldron, sorry. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, right on. So I'm gonna put this over here. Grab that leg that hit the floor. Box number 2. Okay, legs, where are you at? There you are. Okay. Get this stuff over here out of my way. I don't need that right now. Push those over there. Make some room. And remember, we have a little pair of legs that has a little blood drip on it. And it is right here. Okay. Something that I need to remember when I start breaking out all those Space Hulk boxes. Putting together all those Terminators. Of course, a lot of those are going to get scraped off. I mean, I'm planning on doing a Flesh Terrors probably and a Lamenters Terminator squad for that, but there's going to be some heavy conversion work going on, I can tell you that. Excuse me. And again, if you're just tuning in, please comment on the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Because all of that is the stuff that helps as I'm learning YouTube. Okay. What I'd really like to learn is I've seen some stuff online. I just haven't found out where it is yet. Where some folks are using a program to paint their models on the computer and get the color scheme that they want. And I mean, that is a brilliant idea, of course. I remember the old Bolter and Chainsword Army Painter, but it, you know, it was kind of cumbersome, and you really just, it was flat colors and stuff. But what I've seen lately is far better than that ever was. I mean, just, you know, the capability. And one of the things that I do is I'll use Dawn of War, the first one, with Ultimate Apocalypse, and use the Army Painter in there to get a general idea, which is fine. But what I've seen lately had shading and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. So if any of you, you know where that's at, please put a link. You know, let me know. I mean, I would love to be able to have that and be able to do that. I think it would help me out exponentially with, you know, the paint jobs that we're going to do. Alright, gotta get this little, there we go. If you haven't noticed, my motivation has not dropped on this project. I am super excited. In some ways, it's almost like you know, Christmas again. Even though I haven't bought anything for some time, other than that Adominus box set. I bought one set. Believe it or not, one box. That's all I bought. But it's not. Again, I'm just trying to get through what we've got here, and we're making excellent progress. Like I said, really stoked about it, and I encourage you to, if you haven't seen the drop pod video or the Land Raider video, please go back and check them out. The last two that I did, I think they were both live. Yeah, they were both live, as a matter of fact. Go check both those out, you know, especially if you're having any difficulties whatsoever with putting them together. Although you know, there's still always the chance that something could go wrong, and that's what happened to me with one of those Land Raiders. Some glue inside somewhere dripped down just in the right spot somewhere, got on the mechanism for opening the door on one of those Land Raiders, and well, it totally screwed it up. So I'll have to figure something else out later on, if it's even worth my time to have the door open or anything. It just depends. I've had my experience with painting the inside of the Land Raider completely. I don't want to say I'm over it, just not a priority at the moment. And since I've glued down the tops, there's really no point. The Salamander's army that I have, or had, that I gave to my wife, every vehicle, the top can come off because they're all painted, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. No, I didn't quite finish it, but most of it's all painted on the inside of the vehicles. And that entire army is dry brushed. Like every color is dry brushed, because back when I did it, that was the rage. That was, you know, what everybody, that was the technique that everybody was doing. Not so much anymore. Alright, here we go. Last squad of Tactical Marines. Or last box of Tactical Marines. Just love it when you try to push the trash down and something catches on your watch or something like that. Now that's weird. That's stringy plastic. Interesting. All right. Yeah, super excited. I mean, just looking at everything inside the cabinet, you know, really motivating to see it all coming together. And I'm very glad I made the investment into getting these Marines that have all of the little you know, little icons and stuff on them. Those Black Templars, man, the Crusader squads, they look sharp. I'm just daydreaming constantly about how I'm gonna paint them, and I mean, they are gonna look phenomenal. I think. I mean, they're gonna look awesome. The only thing I can honestly tell you guys that I may not put together is going to be that Krieg Death Corps, because that is my prized army that I always wanted. And I know, don't worry about it, man, just paint it. But I mean, that army cost me a ton of money from Forge World, and you have to understand, well, I mean, I guess you don't have to, but I hope that you understand. I want that army to be amazing. There's all kinds of little parts. The prep work is gonna be, it's gonna be something, you know, because of all the resin and everything. You gotta wash everything and whatnot. Whereas, as you can see right here, we're just whipping these bad boys right out of the box because they're plastic. But that's just how it goes. So. Alright, time to break out the razor blade. Where is my sanding stick? Oh, I want to tell you guys a little helpful tip with these sanding sticks or twigs. Put some super glue on the edges, okay? And that'll help keep them keep them from unraveling on you. You know, when you start doing some heavy lifting work, you know, like some pretty, you know, thick stuff, if that's what you're doing, that can happen. All right, so just you know, keep that in mind. Actually, I may not need that. I may be able to get away with just a sanding block. Yes, sir. Once you get the right tools, and you know, you get to where you know, you're working with things that you're comfortable with, you know, some things will go a lot smoother. And you may be saying to yourself, Scott, you're forgetting about the ball joint there in the hip. You know, I'm not forgetting about it. One step at a time. I'm not gonna sit there and, you know, try to turn the thing over every time when I can just go back and do it again. Because you gotta do what helps make you feel like you're making progress. You know what I'm saying? In this hobby, you just have to. And you know, if you can't, then you're gonna forever hate what's going on. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, so boring. And yeah, and sometimes it is. You know, I mean, it's just the way it goes. But you know, find a way to get around that. I can't help but tell you, you know, again, a lot of what I do when I'm not doing the stream and doing this is I watch Baldermort, you know, and listen, or, you know, watch or even just listen to him talking about the lore, you know, the stories. Luton09, another great one. I'm not affiliated with either one of them. I subscribe to both of them, and I love what they do. But I mean, you can just listen to them. I mean, excellent, you know, voices, excellent, you know, job on their production quality and everything. And I mean, it helps me get through all this. I mean, I don't even know how many Space Marines we've put together now. I mean, hell, we got 51 bikes done, right? Or 53 bikes? I don't know. And that was in the slowest portion. And now I almost feel like I'm just kind of like blowing through all this stuff, you know, in a way, except for, you know, conversion stuff like that. You know, that stuff takes a little bit, but okay, we got a little bit of a heavy piece here. There we go. Some of these feet aren't flat, which is great. They got the legs in a little bit different positions with the feet like a toe down and the heel up. I like that. I really do. I mean, these are pretty amazing, gotta say. I'm also getting a time frame in my head roughly of how long it would take, that once I start painting, hopefully some of you will like what I'm doing, and you know, maybe I can take on some commissions or something like that, and it'll give me an idea of how long, you know, things will take for me, so I can give you an accurate quote on time, or a realistic quote on time. We'll put it that way. I know that's, you know, kind of in the future. I mean, I've got a lot of work to do, and you know, one thing I really want to get done before I even worry about commissions and things like that is I want to make sure that we've already started the gaming, and you guys can see some of our battle reports, and you know, get a little bit better setups. We can even do some, you know, Dawn of War stuff. I've just been so enamored with doing this, I haven't taken any time to worry about like the video game portion or anything, because I mean, I'm really enjoying watching these armies come together. I had it in my head when I bought them, you know, years ago, what they would look like, and they are not disappointing at all. Go. Now, some of you may be thinking, like I've covered before, that, you know, what about mold lines and things like that? Well, at some point I'll do some cleanup of that kind of stuff. You know, I'm going to do my best, if you will. Well, I say do my best. I'm going to do what I feel is, you know, the right thing to do regarding what's, you know, a good use of my time and what's worth it. It's not, I know that when it comes down to the model, it's not going to be, some of this stuff's not going to be able to be seen. It's not going to be, you know, necessarily worth my time. It just depends on what's going on. You know, I mean, again, these aren't Golden Demon models. These are, you know, they're not painting contest models. They're gaming models. And, you know, if we're sitting there scrutinizing, oh man, look, there's that mold line right there. Well, we're probably reaching at that point. But I do plan on, you know, getting rid of a lot of that, because I mean, I did invest a lot of money in this stuff, and of course I want them to look good. So I don't know that I will bore you guys with that kind of thing on here. We'll see, but well, that should have been 45. So we got a little, sometimes these feet here want to hang up for some reason. And it's not a burr, it's just the toe or heel. If I don't have the right angle, I guess. And one good thing that I'm seeing is there doesn't seem to be too much cleanup that I need to do on the top part of the ball, or the hip ball joint. Last one here for the tactical guys. So there we go. One thing that I like to do is I put my feet just slightly to the back half of the base. That way the front is not sticking out, you know, with chain swords or whatever. It's not sticking out too far, getting in the way of other models when, you know, or to help decrease the amount that's getting in the way of other models when you're trying to stack it. You know what I mean? Stack them up or what have you. You know, I'm not always perfect on it, but it does help out. I'm actually impressed and happy that these squads excuse me, are coming with heavy bolters. I know it's not the most, you know, powerful weapon out there, but again, I'm trying to play to lore and immersion and, you know, things like the heavy bolter, the Land Raider, stuff like that. You know, they're just icons of the whole universe for me. And so, you know, I want that feel, I want that fun, you know, or at least that's what's fun for me. What I'm also liking about these models is some of them have what appear to be chains on them. I mean, some of that's ropes, but that means that some of the stuff that I have left over from the Black Templars I can probably use, like some of the guns and things like that, like bolters and stuff, instead of having a plain bolter, if that's what I run into with these guys. Worst, or not worst case, but the other part behind it is I can turn around and take some of that stuff and use it for the Death Company, you know, with the chains on the bolt pistols and things like that. But as you can see, this is going along relatively quickly. Well, it would appear that we are missing a leg. So either we forgot to cut it off, or I'm sure that's what it was. I don't see any other explanation for that. Unless I dropped it on the floor. I didn't realize it. Huh. Okay. Where's Waldo? Well, that doesn't make any sense at all. We'll definitely cut everything off. Wow, that stinks. Gotta be here somewhere, right? Unless it's creaked off. Maybe it was a stealth leg. Meantime, just running out of glue with this one. It's not because we ran out of gluing these legs. I was using that glue for something else. We would have got through all 50 of them, no problem. But that's not cool. We got to find those legs. So I'll go back through and look again. Sometimes they'll get lost in an area like this, you know, like the monkeys in the barrel. If you're still watching this, we just got a black screen for some reason with YouTube. Not sure why that just happened. But we're going to go ahead and end the stream, and just wanted to let you guys know. So again, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on the lone Space Marine legs that went missing. Take care, everybody. See you next time.